Chef John was up early to catch up for a chat with the head chef at the Candlelight Lodge.
How good is that, man? Beautiful, mate. While I'm picking away and having a taste of this amazing dish, tell me about yourself. What brought you to the mountains? Because you've got a fairly broad background.
I started off in Newcastle. That's where I grew up, and then moved up to Brisbane, and started out at Urbane. I was there for about 2 years, which was great. Like working at Big Brigade, working for a vegan head chef, Alejandro.
A vegan head chef?
Yeah, and he was big into making vegan like something that would be on every menu. So it was kind of nice, showing techniques and stuff like that. But also was classically trained. Worked at Mugaritz, and he was a great chef to learn off. And then was kind of feeling a bit lost, and then found a job with Ben Williamson at Gerard's in Brisbane.
Yep.
And worked there as junior sous for a while, for about 3 years, and really got to grips with all the Middle Eastern background and flavours, and he was really good at describing kind of what kind of flavour profiles he was going for and stuff like that.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then that contemporary dining of share food, and
is this where a bit of this comes from?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because dining's fine dining's kind of one of those ones that's kind of hard to execute. For a broader public, but I think share food's nice and approachable, and it's what I like to eat. So
tell me about the building. The building's got
quite a big history.
Yeah.
John and Megan took over 14 years ago. They wanted that Austrian identity to be the staple, kind of their calling card for for the rest of the mountain, and it's kind of showed they've this place has been open for like
it reflects
70 plus years.
It's reflected in the menu. It's reflected with the beers. And the style, the setup, everything like that. Even the rooms, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit kitsch, but I think, I talk to guests and stuff that stay here, and they say that they would rather stay here than in some kind of service department.
Oh.
They like the atmosphere, and us as staff really like to mingle with the guests. There's no separation. It's kind of just a nice kind of family atmosphere, and they tell me what they like on the menu, what they don't like on the menu, and maybe the next night we might, do something special for them.
So tell me, one of the biggest problems that we face as chefs working up in mountain resorts and areas, isolation, logistics. Tell me about logistics, because you can't just go, bang, I'm going to go down a road.
I've been here year round, so I've been here summer, winter. It takes a long time to find what you're happy with, but after a while, suppliers up here really do look after you. So, sometimes it's hard to find product, but I think it's more, what you're going to put out makes you a little bit more creative, because you kind of have to figure out, I can only get, maybe salmon or, one white.
Yep.
Yeah, and just making nice, tasty dishes that, people can come in, ski. They're tired, they want to have their meals and enjoy it and have a good experience. But yeah, we just try and make sure we're pleasing everybody with, what we can get. Right.
So you brought your passion down to the alpine environment, But on your days off, tell me, you get out there and go head first down the hill?
Yeah, well, kind of when I came down here previously, it was kind of intermediate, and then moved into time on the hill is an important thing, and season work, that's gold. If you can get out there, 40, 50 plus days on the mountain, you're going to be a pretty decent skier by the end of it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, look, I know you've got to keep prepping, so thank you for your time, huh?
No worries.
Cool. Cheers.
No worries.
While Chef Simon was left to prep, we soon found the owner of the Candlelight Lodge. John,
Justin.
welcome to SnowChef.
Thank you. Welcome to Candlelight Lodge in our beautiful Schnapps bar here.
Yeah, it's an amazing place you've got here.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What's the history of this venue?
Well, it's Thredbo's first commercial lodge. The initial part of the building was built in '57, so it's got a bit of heritage.
Yeah.
I think it's possibly, once Black Bear gets demolished next month, it's possibly the only flag still flying in Thredbo that has connection to our heritage and history of the village.
Yeah. It's just beautiful decor in here, the well-styled Austrian style, European.
Originally Hungarians, but the first people, the Desios, had the place for 30 odd years, and then Hubert, an Austrian, had the place for another 30 years. We're 15 years in, so I guess we've got another 15 left in us, but we're the third owners, and since '57.
Yeah. So you're carrying on the legacy here beautifully.
Correct. Yeah, there's a bit of pressure there, but we love it, and the introduction when we got involved in the place 15 years ago, the introduction to all of the Schnappses and German beers and all of the European food and beverage culture that exists, we've fully embraced that to the point where we're now actually wholesaling a lot of Euro liquor and Glühwein and Schnapps and what have you, and Weiss beers and all of these. All of these drinks are very well held in the mountains here.
Tell me a little bit more about the Schnapps in particular.
We like to be a point of difference, not your average pub. People come in and we like to just see people's jaws drop when they see the array of selections we have here, beautiful top shelf A to Vs and really, entice people to really try something a little bit different.
And so the beers, they're very popular here with, I guess, the locals and the tourists that are coming?
Correct. When you come to the mountains, it's all Weiss beer and German beers. It's the Meisel's Weiss is probably our biggest seller. It's a very well-known beer here in the mountains here. Yeah. And very popular.
And so this all works well with what you've got going on the menu?
Yeah, they complement beautifully. We pair our wines with the foods. Gewürztraminer, for example, pairs beautifully with a cheese fondue, and the beers we've got on our menu. We have a beer and food pairing and tasting notes.
I guess what attracted you to Thredbo? Obviously, there's Victorian Alps and the New South Wales Alps here in Australia. What particularly attracted you to here?
Yeah, well, again, possibly a little biased, but I believe the challengingness of the runs here is without question. Comparing to the other resorts here, we have 600 metres of fall here. Everything's all on one face, so you're constantly skiing the fall line. I just think it's a great resort. When the snow's on, we know where to go. If the wind's blowing a certain way, we just know where all of the little stashes are, and it's great skiing in your home resort.
Well, we'll look into that. Thanks for having a chat.
Cheers. Good to chat, Justin.
You too. Just like that, we were up for a full feast of Euro fare. The next morning we took a drive down to Jindabyne and came across the very cute Take Pot Luck.
And if the sun shines and you can't see, it's alright, don't worry. I'll take you through your day and into your night. And I said,
Oh, you? Is that you? That's right. Oh, that's me who I was talking to you. There you go.
Do you have flexibility this week? Or
Yeah, well, I've got tomorrow off, but he's over there shooting right now.
so how about you give me a bell, or just send me a text message when your day's down. We can do, I reckon, like a mid-afternoon until later.
Our date for fishing was secured with Matt from the Fly program.
I'm so thankful for the consistency of the love I've found. It swells around my present, future, and past.
So our signature cheeseburger with bacon, and our pulled pork loaded fries on onion ring hack.
Oh my God.
Enjoy.
Awesome is that?
There you go. Get into it. And
And who are you? You're the chef?
The owner.
Oh, the owner!
The owner, yeah.
Oh, mate, can we get you down here shortly for a bit of a chat and tell us about the venue?
100%. Did you think I was just a chef?
Yeah. I thought you were the busboy or like the janitor. So, chef, what is your name?
My name's Nicholas McLean. I started Burger Biz 4 years ago. We're into our third winter. And the basics around the business was I've been coming down to the snowy mountains since I was about 16.
Yeah.
And I was the national wholesaler for Brad from Wild Brumby Schnapps. And I was coming down, and I was just trying to figure out, you know, this food scene and what was going on. And there wasn't much happening down here, so I decided to come up with the concept of Burger Biz.
Yeah. So, inside before, I was looking up on the walls, and there's Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls,
Yeah, man,
NWA.
That's what we're all about. So I've been listening to that music since I was, 10 and 12 years old, bro. And I just have been listening to old school hip hop and rap for my whole life. And I just went, I want to create a concept where I can, when I used to drink beer every day and listen to hip hop, and that's what Burger Biz is all about. I just wanted to bring something that the consumers were getting in Sydney and Melbourne, but they weren't getting down here.
Your branding is cool. I notice everyone wearing these little almost basketball style.
Yeah, so we've got a mixture of hockey jerseys. We do our basketball tees with our Burgundy homie.
Oh, right.
We got Easy E ones, we got Ice Cube ones, and we've got we just introduced baseball jerseys as well. So the kitchen guys wear baseball jerseys. And every year with our branding, we either partner up. So this year we're partnering up with I Ride Sideways. And 32 snowboards.
Yep.
And every year we partner up with a snowboard brand, and we do apparel giveaways, we do hip hop jams, we do different parties throughout the year. It's not just about burgers for us, it's about the branding and marketing side of the business as well. Yeah.
No, that's really cool, because I guess in these mountain towns, it's what people want, I guess, those collaborations between a lot of different brands and a good funky feel and people enjoying themselves.
I think that's what sets our business apart from a lot of other businesses is we are about that branding concept. It's not just about the food, it's about you come in here and you play video games, and you come in here and you have a beer, and and you listen to some hip hop, and there's that whole vibey aspect to the business that we really instill and create into it, and that real fun aspect. Obviously, being in the hospitality side of it though, when it can get frantic and full on, we can do 600 burgers a night in here, and sometimes you can lose that little bit of that real uniqueness and cheffiness that you can bring to it, because you've got to pump out so much food in such a short amount of time. But we really try and maintain our standards at all time.
Professionalism,
Now the burgers, we ordered the signature. Tell us a little bit about the signature, if you could.
Okay, so that's our classic American style cheeseburger. I've just got in this Martin's roll, which you would have had. It's taken me 3 years to find it. So one of my favourite burger bars back in the scene when I was in Sydney was Jack's in Newtown, and he had the same roll. So the Martin's potato bun is a famous bun from America. It's from a famous Dutch company, and they do a mix of potato and milk. And you'll notice it's not a brioche, but it's just as soft as a brioche, but it's not as sweet as a brioche. So it balances really well, and it's a great carrier for our beef. So all our beef, we use local companies. So we get all our beef from New South Wales, and it comes straight out of Monbeef, which is an abattoir in Cooma, via our really great meat supplier, Melray Meats, and it's a specialty blend made just for burgers. So before I opened it, that was the first thing I did, was spend 6 months creating my own signature beef blend. So it's a mix of short rib and chuck. Eating a really great burger should be the same equivalent as eating a really great steak to me. So the bun's the carrier, the meat's the hero, and then you want to get some acidity with things like the pickle, and you want to get some sweetness with the thing like our mayo blend fizz sauce, which is our signature sauce.
And obviously we paired some beers.
Yeah, we try and go on that American tip, so we've partnered with Pabst, and we do Monteith from New Zealand, so we try and keep it different. We're the only ones with Monteith on tap in town. Pabst Blue Ribbon, we've just partnered up with them, and as you can see, we've got that cool spray can holder. So just, it's those little touches, like the skateboard lights, and those little touches in the branding and marketing inside that you go, oh, that's cool, and that's cool, and that's cool. And with the beer selection, we try to keep it as American as possible. We try and support the local breweries. So you've got your Cosy Osco, obviously,
great beer, man.
which is quite a famous beer now. And Jindabyne Brewing have just bought out their cans, which we've got on board with, so we couldn't tap them before. But honestly, if you want to have a Jindabyne beer, you want to go up to the brewery, you can drink it straight from the back. You're going to get it as fresh as possible. But the cans are a great add-on for my business because it supports them. But then people go, I also send them up to the brewery because if you're going to drink it, you want to drink it live from the vat. So.
We said our goodbyes to Nick and took off for a little street walk around Jindabyne.
Pushing us through the alleys, flanking neighbouring streets.
We finished our day rolling into the Brumby Bar and Grill.
Get to the queue. Fall asleep with our shoes on.